Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture on probability density function. In the last class we have discussed about random variables, continuous and discrete random variables and probability distribution function. Random variable is a real function of the elements of a given sample space. Generally, random variables are denoted by capital letters and the elements of the random variable or values of the random variables are denoted by small letters. Random variables are generally classified into two types: continuous random variable and discrete random variable. So probability distribution function. Probability distribution function is fx equal to p of x equal to xi, and cumulative distribution function is fx of x equal to p of x less than or equal to x. So fx of x is generally we call it as a distribution function or cumulative probability distribution function. So p represents probability, capital X represents random variable and small x represents an element of the random variable. So for a discrete random variable, this is the distribution function fx of x, capital letter fx of x equal to summation I equal to 1 to n probability of xi into u of x minus xi. This is a unit step signal. For a continuous random variable, this is the distribution function fx of x equal to integral minus x to x fx of x. This is called as density function. So remember, distribution function is denoted by or represented by capital Fx of x and density function is represented by small fx of x. And for discrete random variable, the distribution function is a stair-step waveform, and for continuous random variable, the distribution function is a continuous function. Okay, these are the properties of distribution function we have already discussed. The distribution function lies between 0 to 1, and for uncertain events means for minus infinity, the distribution function is 0, and for certain events like x equal to plus infinity, the distribution function is 1. And if x1 is less than x2, the distribution function we can write like this: fx of x1 less than or equal to fx of x2. Next, the probability of the random variable lies between x1 to x2, then the distribution function we can write as fx of x2 minus fx of x1. Okay, this is another property. Now in the today's class, let us discuss about probability density function. Probability density function we generally call it as PDF, but we don't call distribution function as PDF. Remember, if you find PDF anywhere, you have to consider it as probability density function, not distribution function, right? Probability density function is represented by small fx of x. Okay, here capital X represents random variable and small x represents element of the random variable. Now probability density function is nothing but derivative of distribution function. So here we know that the random variables are two types: discrete random variable and continuous random variable. If the random variable is discrete, let us see the expression for the density function. We know the density function is fx of x equal to derivative of distribution function. Now let us substitute the mathematical expression of a distribution function. What is that mathematical expression? This one: fx of x equal to summation I equal to, since it is a discrete random variable, we are using summation fx of x equal to summation I equal to 1 to n probability of xi u of x minus xi. Substitute equation 2 in equation 1. So density function we get it as derivative of this one. So if we derivate the unit step signal, we get an impulse signal. Derivative of unit step signal is an impulse signal. So the density function we get fx of x equal to summation I equal to 1 to n probability of xi into unit steps impulse signal of x minus xi. So here one thing we can observe: for a discrete random variable, the distribution function is a stair-step waveform and the density function is an impulse signal. Okay, for a discrete random variable, the distribution function is a stair-step waveform and the density function is an impulse waveform. Next, for continuous random variable, let us see what is the density function. Continuous random variable means the random variable is having continuous values in the given range. So we know that fx of x equal to d by dx of the distribution function. Here, if the distribution function is x, if we substitute x here, the density function is equal to 1. So for a continuous random variable, we know that the distribution function is a slope waveform, this one. Okay, but here at some particular point, there is a discontinuity in the distribution function. If we derivate this distribution function, we get this slope type discontinuity, step type discontinuity. So here this is the distribution function for a continuous random variable and this is the density function for a continuous random variable. Next, let us see the properties of probability density function. So probability density function, first property, probability density function is always a non-zero for all values of x. Non-zero means fx of x is always greater than or equal to 0. How can we say that it is always a positive value? It is always non-zero value because we know that the density function is derivative of distribution function. Now what is distribution function? For a continuous random variable, we know that if it is a discrete random variable, the distribution function is a stair-step waveform, it is increasing. For a continuous random variable, the distribution function is monotonically increasing function, that means continuously increasing function. For a continuous random variable, the distribution function is continuously or monotonically increasing function. Now, the density function is nothing but derivative of a distribution function. If we take the derivative to a continuously increasing function, obviously it is also a positive value. We won't get any zero value or any negative value. So that's why we can say that the density function is always a non-zero value. Next, the second property, area under the probability density function curve is always equal to unity. Area means the integration of density function over the interval minus infinity to infinity is equal to 1. So let us prove this. First of all, take the definition of or mathematical expression of density function, this one, fx of x equal to d by dx of the distribution function. Integrate on both sides. Integration limits are from minus infinity to plus infinity. So if we integrate, this integration and derivation will get cancelled and we get only this one, distribution function fx of x over the interval minus infinity to plus infinity. If substitute upper and lower limits, fx of infinity minus fx of minus infinity. So according to the properties of distribution function, we know that for certain events, distribution function is equal to 1. Certain event means infinity. For uncertain event, that is for minus infinity, distribution function is 0. If we substitute these two values here, we get integral minus infinity to infinity, the density function is equal to 1. Integration means an area. So this is the density function curve. It is a bell-shaped curve. Density function curve is a bell-shaped curve and area under this bell-shaped curve from minus infinity to plus infinity is always equal to 1. Next, let us see the third property. The cumulative distribution function may be obtained by integrating probability density function. We can say this cumulative distribution function or in general distribution function. So this distribution function is integration of density function. Here one thing you have to remember, integration limits are not from minus infinity to plus infinity. Integration limits are from minus infinity to some positive value x. Okay, see this in this curve, integration limit is from minus infinity to some positive value x. Now let us prove this. Consider the mathematical expression of probability density function fx of x equal to d by dx of distribution function. Take integration on both sides. Remember, integration is from minus infinity to some positive value x. So integration and derivation will get cancelled, and now integration, substitute upper and lower limits, fx of x minus fx of minus infinity. From the property of distribution function we know this value is 0. So the remaining one is fx of x. So integral minus infinity to x density function is equal to the distribution function. That means integration of density function is distribution function. Next, probability of the event x1 less than x less than or equal to x2 is given by area under the probability density function curve in the range x1 to x2, and here it is given by this one. Probability of a random variable capital X lies in the interval x1 to x2 is given by the integration of the density function curve over the interval x1 to x2. Now let us see the proof of this. Consider this left hand side expression. Right hand side expression, integral x1 to x2 density function. Consider this x1 to x2 density function curve, that is fx of x dx. Now from the property of the density curve or density function curve, we know that integration of minus infinity to x fx of x dx equal to distribution function. According to this, we can write this one as integral minus infinity to x2 fx of x dx minus integral minus infinity to x1 fx of x dx. This term is fx of x2 and this term is fx of x1. Okay, that means area under the probability density function curve in the range x1 to x2, in this range x1 to x2 is equal to fx of x2 minus fx of x1, right? Next, let us see the problems on this probability density function. Here in this problem, probability density function is given by fx of x equal to a e power minus b mod x, where capital X is a random variable in the range small x equal to minus infinity to infinity. We have to determine the relation between a and b. So let us see the given expression fx of x equal to a e power minus b mod x. So area under the probability density function curve is always equal to 1. Consider this one. So take integration of fx of x dx equal to 1. Fx of x is given in the problem a e power minus b mod x. Now x value in the problem itself, it is given that x value is in between minus infinity to plus infinity. So split the integral into two parts, minus infinity to 0 and 0 to infinity. From minus infinity to 0, let x is a negative value, and for 0 to infinity, let x be the positive value. Now after substitution, we get this one and this one. Now take substitute upper and lower limits, e power 0 minus e power minus infinity minus a by b into e power minus infinity minus e power minus 0. So e power 0 is 1, e power minus infinity is 1 by e power infinity is 0, 1 by infinity is 0, and e power minus infinity is 0, e power minus 0 is 1. So after solving we get b equal to 2a. This is the relation between a and b. Next problem. A continuous random variable has a probability density function expressed as fx of x equal to 2 e power minus 2x for x greater than or equal to 0. Determine the probability that it will take a value between 1 and 3. Okay, so here which property we have to use? The density function. There are four properties. The fourth property is, here x value lies in the interval x1 to x2. So in the problem it is given that x value is in the interval 1 to 3. So use this property, probability of x1 less than capital X less than or equal to x2 equal to integral x1 to x2 density function fx of x dx. x1 is given as 1 and x2 is given as 3. Now take the integration 2 into e power minus 2x. E power minus 2x integration is e power minus 2 by minus 2. Substitute upper and lower limits, we get this value. Next one, probability mass function. Probability mass function is generally, it is when these two conditions are satisfied, then the probability mass function is defined as fx of xi equal to probability of x less than or equal to xi. Okay, so generally probability mass functions are defined for discrete random variable. Okay, that's why we have defined in the second condition summation I equal to 1 to n px of xi equal to 1. So the same expression you can observe in the density function. The density function area under the density function curve fx of x equal to 1. Okay, so here the main difference between probability mass function and probability density function, both are almost same. Probability mass function and probability density function both are same, but the only difference is mass function we define for a discrete random variable and density function we define for continuous random variable. Okay, this is the only difference between probability mass function and density function. Probability mass function, this one is called as distribution function. Okay, probability mass function and density function both are same, but mass function is defined for discrete random variable and density function is defined for continuous random variable. Okay, so thank you for listening to the class. Thank you.